Hey there. I've seen a lot of speculation videos on Ace Combat 7, kind of analyzing the trailers and stuff like that. And the other videos are pretty good, but there's a few key points that they haven't gotten, and I'd like to kind of throw those out there. So I'm going to be doing one of my own. It's going to be amateur as fuck. I really apologize for that, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. Anyways, yes, I'm recording this on my phone. But yeah. So, yeah. And yeah.
Mihai's back.
Alright. Sukhoi, I believe this is a Sukhoi 37. Landing at an American airstrip. It's not American. I mean, it looks like an American airstrip. It looks very similar to an airstrip I believe that I believe is in Arizona or something. I'm not sure. Anyways.
The Kingdom of Erusea declared war on the Ocean Federation.
But isn't that country a whole continent away from here?
So I'm really loving the cloud atmospheric effects on the cockpit. And the little bit that we see of the cockpit is incredible. This looks truly amazing, and I'm so hyped for that shit because we normally can't even see the flight stick when we're flying in the other Ace Combat games. And I'm really excited to be able to look down at my instruments and shit and see what's going on. But yeah, let's go back into it.
Yet what is a nation? The suit was ineffective.
Alright, so we saw some thrust vectoring right there. So this is either a Sukhoi 35 or a Sukhoi 37. But the Sukhoi 37 was it was one prototype, or maybe it was two prototypes that were made. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is a Sukhoi 35 with a Erusian paint scheme, or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, back to it.
The flight was full potential.
Okay, I don't know what this is in the back. I have no idea what that could possibly be. But before we just saw a G suit, which looks pretty advanced. So we'll probably be able to pull some good Gs. But in Ace Combat, there's never been G lock, so maybe we'll have blackout and red out, but I honestly doubt it. It would just be very cool if we did, but of course this is a semi-realistic flight simulator or air combat game. And, you know, you get what you get, and what we get should be great.
Magazine to me that read, "Soon there will be no one gripping a control stick and taking to the skies."
Here comes the UAV. Quit dicking around and get the hell out of there.
Amidst the swirling clouds, the fighter squad
So the F-15 looks great, too. Anyway.
was trying to help its allies reach safety.
It's right behind me.
Alright, so we've seen an F-15, a Sukhoi 35, and an F-22 so far. All of those really awesome planes. And I'm really happy that we'll be able to fly them.
Wish, isn't it?
Yep, he sure is.
Trigger, engage. Caution, bandits inbound. Unlock.
Alright, so it looks like we have laser weapons at some point. I'm sure the laser weapons are something that we get to be unlocked later on or something like that. But they look pretty cool, and I'm sure that laser weapons are going to be pretty devastating on aircraft. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, damn it. All squadrons be advised. Destroy the arsenal bird. Come on. I'm going in first. Unlike convicts.
Alright, I think that was a Sukhoi 27 that we just saw a brief flash of. I'm not exactly sure.
Arsenal bird.
Oh, damn. I can't see if it's thrust vectoring at all.
Sure.
Alright, so there we saw an F-104, a starfighter, and that is a historically shitty plane. So it's cool that that's going to be in this game, but it's a very shitty aircraft in real life. It was just truly horrible, not maneuverable, very fast, but there was no other good points about it. It had a good gun, if it had a gun at all. Most versions actually didn't have a gun installed, and it could only carry 2 missiles, 1 drop tank, or actually, I think it could carry 2 drop tanks, right? Pretty sure.
Live or die.
Sure.
Fuck me.
Convex, line
Uh,
aside whether you live or die.
okay, I think it is capable of having drop tanks on the wings. Not actually drop tanks, just fuel reservoirs that look kind of like drop tanks. This paint scheme is really not detailed at all, so it honestly looks kind of unfinished to me. Like they just added this to the trailer unfinished. Or maybe we get this paint scheme, I don't know. It doesn't look perfect. So it looks like a starfighter, and that's cool. I'm sure that this will be the start out plane that we get, because historically it's a very terrible aircraft. And it would be cool to get something different rather than the F5 or the other the the other jet that we always get as a startup in Ace Combat. So that'll be a nice change if we get that.
Probably heading straight into hell.
Okay, so there's some missile pods that just opened up, and I believe we could be able to fire like 12 at once or some crazy shit like that. And that's very interesting, but I don't know. I mean, that's a new weapon system, and that's pretty cool, but I don't know. My hopes aren't very high.
You know what, Trigger? Why don't you lead and I'll follow?
Alright, so the gun reticle, it looks like it moves like a normal jet would. Basically, you lead your target with that moving reticle, and that's how it should work. It's not quite as simple as that, but that's the main idea of jet aiming reticles. They move around, and that's basically to indicate where you're supposed to lead. Anyway,
Adios, you damn fool.
alright, so I personally did not recognize anybody in that trailer, any characters, any fucking, yeah, I didn't recognize anybody. I probably should, but I don't. So, anyways, that's the video. There's really nothing more to speculate about, but this is definitely shaping up to look like a nice game from what little we've seen so far, and it's making me Ace Combat horny, so I'm definitely happy to see these trailers coming out, and I hope we see some more gameplay footage rather than that terrible VR demo thing. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I'm pretty amateur at this. I really do suck. I don't use any editing software to shape up my fuckiness. So I apologize, but there was a few cool things in that trailer that I think I was able to kind of make sense of, and hopefully I helped you out hopefully I helped you make sense of the shit too. Anyways, thumbs up if you want to. Subscribe if you want to. Check out my other videos if you want to. If you didn't like this video, then you won't like the rest. Anyways, I hope to see you guys around, and later, dudes.